everyone. How's it going? Thanks for being here. It's so good to see you again this weekend. I'm hoping the echo is a little better. I moved the mic receiver in front of me. I'm hoping that we don't get so much of an echo. Oh, and I probably shouldn't have double audio on. That doesn't help. Thank you, y'all, for putting up with the audio as I'm figuring out our more permanent home at the moment. How's everybody doing today? Moxie, love the name upgrade to your profile. Digging it, digging it, digging it. All right. Let me know if y'all want to do this like once a month. You know, I know times aren't easy right now for a lot of us. And so to book an hour reading with me is, it's a cost. So I'm happy to do this once a month so that more people have availability. Hi, Swish. Hi, Elle. Welcome in. All right. Okay, I think I'm set up. See, now I have to move my table around every time too because of Giz's new contract. So I get a little flustered for a second. I'm like, where are my decks? Where's my stuff? Hi, Diane. Hey, crazy gal. Hi, Jimmy. So good to see you. Hello, my friend. Hi, Bunny. All right, let's jump in. I got Angelita is on deck. Then Monica, then Rosefine, then Lindsay, and then we'll go from there. All right. Thanks, Bunny. I don't know if there's any spots left today. There might be one slot left. Oh, yeah, there is. Thanks, Bunny. Man, you're so on top of it. There is one slot left for today. If you would like to book that, just make sure you hit the one that says live stream, okay, so that you get the right pricing. Hi, Cristobal. Hi, Cristobal. Hi, Jayme. I hope you got my message, Jayme. I know I didn't... we sold out last week when you wanted to jump in. It's good to see you. Hi, Lisa. All right, let me clear my energy because we're going to rock and roll with Angelita is first up. Okay. Give me a vibe for Angelita. Give me a vibe for Angelita. Oh, good, Jayme. I'm glad you got a spot. You're on the list then. Angelita. Something needs to be uncrossed, Angelita. Something needs to be uncrossed. Tell me more. Meditate. Fire. Angelita. Nature spirits. Angelita, I'm getting the sense that it's important for you to be still for a moment. I'm looking at fire in between meditate and nature spirits. This is the vibe that I'm getting. And I also saw uncross, like an uncrossing spell, an uncrossing ritual. And I think there's something about you getting quiet to get down to what needs to be uncrossed here. Tell me more. First of all, talk to me about Angelita's fire energy, please. Talk to me about Angelita's fire energy. Yeah, okay. It's another card here of higher perspective that I'm seeing, okay? Under fire, we got the Seven of Wands. Your guard is up about something right now, Angelita, and I feel like there needs to be a new perspective that needs to come in. Something, you need a new perspective on something. There's something crossed. It might be from the past. Let's see if we can find out more about this. Tell me about this Seven of Wands, please, for Angelita. What needs to be uncrossed? There's a new beginning in front of you. There's an opportunity in front of you that you're not seeing. You're feeling that there's a lack of resource, but there's not. That's what needs to be uncrossed. It's a perspective. What do the Fae want? There's Fae energy here too. What do the Fae? Look at that. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups. Angelita, I keep getting a repeating message for you right now. There's something about you getting quiet so that you can listen to your intuition, because there's a voice that's screaming really loud to you right now, and it's incorrect. It's stopping you from seeing a perspective. And what, how does that happen? The past will do that to us, right? Also, too, we always should be careful about, oh, dang it, I just knocked Giz's hat off. I'm going to hear about that all day now. What we surround ourselves with, right? Like media, what we're listening to, what we're watching, okay? Because you have a ton of cards of intuition here. And so whatever this is that's crossed right now in the mind, I'm going to see if there's a ritual that needs to be done for this too, but it's causing you to not see something. It's dulling your fire. But you're first of all, you're very intuitive and very psychic. I see all of those cards here. And I apologize, Angelina. I want him to be quiet. So let me pick up his hat, because he won't. Sorry, buddy. That's what I said. It's really hard sometimes in this space for you to be on camera. I hate your ears. Okay, tell me more about this intuitive message, please, for Angelita with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, please. The Hierophant. Okay. And the Page of Wands. Yeah, this is stuck in an old idea, stuck in an old system, and you're being called to go your own way here. That's the cry of the fire energy, the Page of Wands, and it's the go your own way card. Also, too, they're pointing out to me, I'm looking at a lot of pages here, okay? And page energy is is the curiosity, because it's the childlike energy, okay? And when we're in that childlike mind, we're much more curious, okay? And I'm seeing that repeated. How do we get you into that energy? Because something's going to click and there's an uncrossing that's going to happen. Because there's something new here for you with this Ace of Wands. There's like something new here for you. Tell me what's new for Angelita. Tell me what's new here for Angelita. I keep getting a repeated message. There's a confusion to come into balance so that you're listening to your intuition. Can you tell us about what's new here? There's a holding back in the energy. Why the holding back? Oh, because it's a tower. Okay. Angelita, there's something that you're worried about, a tower coming down, but the tower is pertinent. Hey, Krugs, what's happening? There's something pertinent. There's something from the past, or there's some kind of messaging here that's holding you back from allowing a tower to come down in order to start this passionate new beginning and to bring that fire energy back up. Towers are change, and yes, change is uncomfortable, but this keeps repeating, and this message is screaming to me because there's something really beautiful on the other side of that tower. It's not going to be a repeat of the past. Tell me what this tower is. Give me something to exactly symbolize this tower. I just saw the Death card when I split the deck. The Moon. What's behind the Moon? What's behind the Moon? Like, show us what this tower is about, would ya? 10 of Wands. Okay. There's a 10 of Wands and a 5 of Pentacles here, okay? Again, this is what needs to be uncrossed, this 5 of Pentacles mindset. Yes. Are there going to be some burdens when this tower falls? Yes, but you immediately go to the 10, and the 10 means that it's done, which means you're already carrying all these wands. You're already carrying all these wands, and what's going to happen when you release them is balance is going to come back in, okay? And when we have balance, we have fire. And it's something in the mind. Tell me more about what needs to be uncrossed in the mind here. I feel like there's this stuck feeling of not making a choice. It's bossing up, bossing up, bossing up, bossing up here. You're showing up as the Emperor, Angelita. You're showing up as the Emperor. There's a rest period. There's a rest period that needs to end in order for this tower to fall, for you to get the fire back. And that is so easier said than done. So easier said than done. There's the 7 of Wands again. The Magician. Whatever this resistance is to is making you feel tired. It's literally making you feel tired. But if you let your guard down, you're not going to have a repeat of the past, number one, and it's going to put you into the Magician. You jump from the Page of Wands to the Magician. And there's so many, you have every card on this table of intuition with meditate and nature spirits. What does the Magician need to know? You're being asked with the Strength card to go with fortitude forward here through this new portal. This is a sign of resilience. This is the sign of strength. I feel the feeling right now is that this is possibly a repeated karmic cycle, okay? You're experiencing something you've experienced before and you're scared that you're going to experience it again, but you've experienced it before, you're not going to experience it again. You're not going to experience it again. But so you're being asked to be still and be quiet because there's something crossed from the past here that doesn't need to be. It's in the mind. It's definitely in the mind. Final. Can you give me a final? And I'm just feeling a little bit of resistance in this energy, Angelita, because it's something personal. So, you know, personal, even though we do individual readings on lives like this, obviously, like direct personal things are either not going to be revealed to me, or if they are, I don't say it because we're on a live stream. Guides. Yeah, there's so much spirit energy trying to lift you up through this right now and trying to help you to see the synchronicities that this new direction is a right direction, okay? So there's something about you getting quiet, about you turning off any media, okay? And possibly go out in nature. Look for beauty. Look for beauty in all things right now so that you can get this intuitive download. Because it's going to come to you. It's all there. They're showing me almost all of your cards that came out were of intuition and psychic ability. So there's no question that it's going to come to you. And it's just you're going to see it. You're going to see what's being crossed from the past and that it's just an illusion. That it's just an illusion. It's not going to happen again. There is not going to be a repeat of the past. Hi, Wolf. Welcome in. Monica. Need a message for Monica, please. 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 There's something being cleared out of your energy right now, Monica. There's something being cleared out of your energy. There's something being cleared out in the emotional space. Looking at relief, spiritual cleansing, and water. Does Monica need to know more about this spiritual cleansing? Is there anything more that needs to be done in this cleansing? Is there anything more that needs to be done in this cleansing process? Just all of a sudden got a little bit of a headache, Monica. It feels like there's something energetically, there's something clearing out, like in the, like right where the base of the neck is. Tell me more about this. I feel like there's some kind of, I'm getting a message, Monica, that there's some kind of somatic release happening in the body right now. Okay. And this is actually around nurturing relationships, obtaining friendships. Okay. Having affinity for friendships, like where your emotional truth lies with it. But there's been a lot of deception over time. I'm looking at a 7 of Swords and a 7 of Pentacles. It's like making progress with people and then there's deception, making progress with people and then there's deception. And you've healed this, but you've healed this in the mind. Okay, but we talk about this a lot, like the body keeps the score, and I'm getting this sense it's like there needs to be somatic release in the body for the last of this to come out so that you feel full relief in this and you feel confident going forward in relationships, personal, business, all of that together. Man, I can feel it in my neck and I can feel it in the back of my head. And so there are ways that you can assist that energy to move out and create the somatic release that is needed for it. You can look up somatic release, stretching, exercising. Yoga is a form of somatic release. There's a lot of ways that we can move energy out of the body, and we know that everything is all interconnected. And like I said, I feel like you've already healed this. You've already done the healing work of like healing this in the mind and healing this in the emotional body, but when things happen in the mind and the emotional body, it also does affect the physical body. So there can be like remnants of things. Okay. And number one, if you're feeling any discomfort in the body, in the spine area, in the back of the neck, in the shoulders, it's energy, it's emotional energy that's stuck there. Okay. So that will help release that. But then also too, there'll be even like there'll be a bigger opening, right, of the heart space and like this strength to like move forward to develop these relationships. Tell me more about this truth, this Ace of Swords. The angel above all names that is elevated. The angel above all names that is elevated. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this Ace of Swords for Monica, please. Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're going to be ready. You're going to be even more ready to hand out cups. Okay. Oh, that's really beautiful. You're going to have such quick, that's RIL. You're going to have, it's just going to, You're going to have an even deeper discernment that will bring you joy once that energy is moved. Queen of Wands, bringing you into divine power energy, guarding against mental troubles. Yeah, there's like there's a destruction. What they're showing me is there was a destruction that was caused by an enemy at one time. Obviously, someone you probably did not believe. Dancing, yes, dancing is definitely a form of somatic release. So is singing, so is chanting, so is drumming, yoga. There's so many ways to move that stuff. There was destruction, there was betrayal that was caused by an enemy at one time. Of course, I'm sure that they were not your enemy. This destruction was not expected. And you've healed from this relationship. You've healed from this past. But there's just still something in it. Really, to me, where they're pointing out to me, it feels like in the top of the spine. Like, it feels like kind of the neck area. Okay? But that's what's sitting there. That... it was bondage from an enemy. And so there's just something energetically that hasn't been moved out there, even though it's been healed in the mind and the emotional space. Oh, that's interesting too. It's like, you know what they're showing me? I've never seen this before, Monica. What they're showing me is like the release of that and the movement of that energy is going to open up like another eye, like in the back of the neck area. And it's like an eye of protection. It's almost like, it looks to me like an evil eye. Like, if that makes sense. More so than like, it's another form of like a psychic third eye, but it's like specifically for protection. Like, it's specifically energetic protection and like a sight, like a protection sight, like a discerning of spirits. But like, they're literally showing me like this eye that looks kind of like in the form of like an evil eye, like right on the back of the neck. Oh, interesting. I've never seen that before. Okay, final message for Monica. Final message for Monica, please. Page of Cups. Lightheartedness. Look at that. Izel. Divine comfort gives consultation and protection from one's enemies. Also to look up this angel. Okay. Divine comfort gives consultation and protection from one's enemies. And that's that eye that I'm seeing, okay? So that was confirmation of that came out. No reason for it to cause you mental burden, though. You've already been there, done that. It's just some energy that needs to be moved. Okay. Rosefine. What we got for Rose? What we got for Rosefine today? You're so welcome, Monica. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, Rosefine. Give me a download for Rose, please. Download for Rose, please. Transformation. Trust your transformation. Hearing trust your transformation is complete. Is what I'm hearing, Rose. Yeah, new life. Look at that. Rose, I'm hearing to trust that your transformation is complete. Trust that your transformation is complete at this time and that this new life is on the horizon. That whatever that means to you by a new life. This to me feels like the sense of an energy of like, and And know that I think a lot of us relate to this in the sense of like people that want to be dialed into living in their purpose, people that want to live healed, people that want to know truth. And yes, we can say healing is a never-ending journey, but at the same time, it's like trusting that the transformation is here, and that yes, we're all spiritual beings, but we're all also human beings. And so to be human and to partake in the human experience is part of the transformation. It's part of the balance. It's understanding that the new life can be full of joy, that the new life, that we can be a divine being here having a human experience, and we can trust that we're healed, if you have to hear it, healed enough, but healed to really engage in the beauty of the human experience and not be concerned about being too unhealed to do that, or just living in any type of any spiritual conformity, or dogmatic nature. We have to trust our truth. And you've gone through this transformation, is what I'm seeing here. Okay? So trust that this new life is upon you. Trust that in no way would divinity be quote unquote stained, because it can't be. Okay? You're an ancient being that holds a lot of ancient wisdom. But you are an ancient being that holds a lot of ancient wisdom that is also here in a human body having a human experience. And that is not to be missed out on. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this new life. Are there any other messages that you have in this? Okay, this is kind of repeating, but I'm looking at the Three of Swords, the Seven of Cups, okay, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of swords here. There's a lot of mental, I feel like, as, am I participating in the illusion? Am I participating in things that are absolutely meaningless and that are an illusion? And there's no way for me to stay grounded as this divine ancient being if I'm participating in these earthly things that really are just a form of illusion. And yes, there are many earthly things that are just a form of illusion. But I almost feel this, I feel this energy, Rose, of just, it's like a being hard on yourself type of energy in that regard. You have a lot of answers as an ancient being, but all of us, right, also don't have all the answers, and we are here in human form, and it's important for us to know our death, to understand the concept of memento mori and know your death, know that our days are numbered in this cycle, okay, in a human body, whether we believe in reincarnation or not, and that there's simplicity and radical things about living in a human body that are all part of the experience, and does not stain the divinity, that does not stain the ancient wisdom. I mean, right? I know I quote this verse a lot because it is one of my favorite Bible verses after studying it in multiple languages, but because it actually is the same thing in multiple languages, is all things are permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Yes, you decide what is beneficial to you. And there may be things that you don't want to participate in because they don't feel beneficial. But sometimes on that spiritual journey, when so many things start to feel void, when we see that the matrix is such bullshit, there are also small pleasures, I believe, that at times we stop enjoying because we're like, well, what's the point of that anyways? Well, the point is it's part of the human experience. And part of being in a human body is part of the whole picture of this, whatever this is, right? None of us really know exactly what this is, but and so I feel like there might be some things that you might be shrinking back from in this concept of this new life. Oh, I didn't even see this. Look, the friendship card fell out behind this new life card. So it could be relationships. It could possibly be here. I didn't even see that under the new life card. That maybe it's about, maybe people that... There's going to be a lot of people, Rose, that aren't going to be on the same wavelength with you, but part of the human experience is those seconds of joy, right? When we interact with strangers, not necessarily people that would be our friends or that we would hang out with, but seeing God in everything. That's what I'm feeling, Rose. And you are. I know what a special creature you are. That's pretty beautiful, though. I like that. Okay. Yeah, your likes and subscribes always help out. Help out a witch in the world. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Rose. Lindsay. Lindsay's up. Ooh, thank you, Bunny, for letting me know that. Somebody just booked that last slot. Thank you so much, y'all. Okay, Lindsay. What does Lindsay need to hear? What's going on with Lindsay? Please give me a guided message for Lindsay out the gate. Boundaries, because you're a divine-ass feminine that's got some good fortune. Whoa. Whoa, Lindsay. I heard my echo that time. But, you have a very... I feel like one of your guides is coming through to give this message because they're like, please tell her. Please tell her that she is a bomb-ass divine feminine with a life of good fortune ahead. And man, your boundaries are going to have to be strong. You need to remember that you're Brittany, bitch. That's literally what I'm hearing. Like, something's up here. Something's up in the sense of like, this is like a know your worth, know your high value. This is a very sassy spirit guide here. But it's a very strong feminine energy that I'm feeling. Look, everyone is going to want what you have. Everyone is going to want to be you. Everyone is going to want what you have, Lindsay. And that is, number one, not a reason to ever shrink back. And number two, know that as people approach you. People will do that unconsciously, Lindsay. They're not even all doing it consciously. And it doesn't mean that you won't find true people. It doesn't mean that you won't have people that are sacred, and you won't have people that are not just in your life to take, okay? You will have that give and take. You will have those divine relationships, but there's something specific about your energy and about your life path that is going to not only is it going to be, I'm getting tongue-tied, but it's also going to appear to others around you that it's a lot of good fortune, okay? And because of that, sometimes that can make people moving targets in a sense. If we don't have good boundaries. If we don't have good boundaries. I see that you're very pure of heart is what they're showing me here too. So that's why there's this loud female here that is like, we need to have a conversation today with Lindsay about some boundaries. And they're telling me to go to the voodoo deck. So let's see what's up here. Where do these boundaries need to come into play here? Where do these boundaries need to come into play? 666 on the table too, okay? That is creation of good fortune, Lindsay. By the way, if I didn't say it at the beginning of the live, your readings will be time-stamped shortly after I jump off of the live, so you can go back and review them at your leisure, or if you were not able to be here live for your reading. Give us some clear messages for Lindsay about where these boundaries need to be set, please. Maybe things that she's not seeing at this time of where these boundaries need to be set. And look, we all do that, okay? We all do that. Something just fell on the floor. Let me grab it. Man, you got a victory right around the corner, Lindsay. You got a victory right around the corner. With something is what I'm hearing. Lindsay, you're being asked to go into your intuition and into your emotions right now with this Doll of Wands. There's someone who, when you're in their energy, they make you feel like they're drowning. They make you feel like you're drowning. And there's someone in your energy. There's a 10 of Wands here. And that's not what this Doll of Cups cards means, but that's what they're telling me to say to you right now. There's someone who's in your energy that you feel heaviness, you feel burdensome around them, and you feel like you're drowning. That is, they gotta go. 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 Okay? Because it's a form of energy manipulation. Okay? This is the energy of someone who takes people hostage. And I don't mean literal hostage, like taking a hostage and locking them in the basement, but you know those people that when you're in their energy, it's like they take people's energy hostage, man. It's like you can't get a word in, you can't get a breath in, like it's all about them, and they're not even aware. First of all, they're not self-aware, so because they're not self-aware, they're not aware of anyone around them, and there's someone in your life right now, that very much, God, that energy is uncomfortable, and like you need really strong boundaries with this person. Now it might be a family member. So if it's a family member, sometimes I understand it's not like you can just like cold case ghost them, but allowing them to be an energy vampire like that is not stepping into that divine feminine energy. Like understanding that your time, your words, your energy are of very high value. This person, whoever this is that they're pointing out to me, doesn't know that. Don't ever expect them to see that, because they can't even see themselves. They're not even self-aware about themselves, Lindsay. So it's nothing personal. Yeah, look, this is double confirmation. I don't know who this energy is in your life, but now the Six of Swords came out. Like you are being asked to move away. That's what the Six of Swords is. Row your boat right out of there, Lindsay, okay? And again, it's nothing personal. Like whoever they're having me tap into is just, they can't see they can't see 2 feet in front of them. They're so self-absorbed and just like run by their trauma or something. What else? This might be someone you work with, okay? Because the 8 of Coins just came out. This either might be somebody that you work with or someone that is getting in the way of your work. And you do have the card of good fortune. And this is a card of pentacles, okay? This good fortune card is specifically talking about financial fortune, all right? So this could possibly be somebody that you work with, Lindsay. Tell me more. And I feel like, Lindsay, like the sense I'm getting is that you're nice. You're nice. You don't want to like make anybody feel bad. You don't want to make anyone feel left out, or left behind. But this person's got a lot of things to figure out themselves. You're showing up as the Emperor. Is that Lindsay's energy? 9 of Swords, 2 of Coins, Doll of Coins. This all has to do with work. This has to do with works or a project. There's also someone else here that's giving you anxiety. Like you feel this anxious energy around them. And they want you to know that it's not you. It's not your anxiety. It's like you feel the anxiety from this person and it's so intense. And they're not even asking you to like energy block that. They're just saying like, move this person out of the way. And I'm looking at the Doll of Coins and the 2 of Coins. This is clearly around your finances and around work. Okay, and they're pointing out to me, do you see how someone's over her shoulder like that? Looking at her coin, okay? And the thing is this is nothing personal, right, in life. These are lessons that we go through. We call them karmic lessons in this tarot world. But this is not one you want to keep repeating over and over and over and over and over again. You have a spirit guide that's definitely feminine, that's here to say, like, put up these boundaries. Put up these boundaries. Understand how divine your divine feminine energy is, how precious your energy is, and that you have a lot around pentacles here. You have a lot of good fortune. You have a lot of financial gain. Okay, that people are just, they're going to keep their eye on, or they're going to want a piece of, or their energy is going to be distracting you from doing your work. And there are 2 energies in particular that came out in that reading. One that you feel anxiety around every time you're around, and the other person who is just a energy draining vampire. Okay. Veronica. Hello, Veronica. Veronica. Yeah. I didn't like that first energy that came out on that reading. Okay. Talk to me about Veronica. Talk to me about what's up with Veronica. What's up with Veronica? Guides. Water. Woo. Veronica. Death. Oh my God. Veronica. Veronica, are you a medium? Veronica, they're telling me they're telling me to, if you still do not believe that you can speak to past over loved ones, if you don't feel like you have the gift, so to speak, to help debunk that is, I just listened to this Diary of a CEO podcast. The doctor's name, it was just up today, okay? It was just up today. It's a neuroscientist who was explaining the science behind synchronicities and how we're able to communicate with energy. Because there's something here about you having mediumship ability with guides, water, and the death card, okay? You having the ability to talk to passed over people. I don't know if you know this about yourself. I don't know if this is something that you currently practice, but they did just show me a picture of that neuroscientist. Damn it, can someone put that in the chat? It was a really good podcast. I just listened to it this morning. I listen to that Diary of a CEO podcast a lot, but this morning specifically there was a neuroscientist on there talking about how everyone can communicate with passed over people. Okay, tell me more about this. Why are we're talking about Veronica's mediumship ability. First of all, what guides are here? Tell me what guides are here. Chris, I personally believe everyone is a medium. I believe the same thing even before I heard it from a scientist. I believe everyone has the ability to talk to past over people because energy is eternal. Do I think that there are some people that just have maybe keep a more open mind to it? Like, don't leave that. Terra Swart, thank you. I think you're right, Guy. Thank you. Some people are just more open to it. Some people are just more energetically sensitive. Okay, some people are a little more shut off to it than others, but do I think everyone is? I do, Chris. I think everybody has those abilities. I think some people have to work to fine tune them a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with astrology. Maybe it doesn't. You know, I have so much Pisces in my energy. I'm like, I live in the clouds, but I mean, I talk to everything, but and I have since I was a kid, but oh, Chris, I know that feeling. Kind of wish I wasn't so sensitive to energy. Oh, I think I say that almost every day, Chris, but I've learned to embrace it and use it because it don't seem to be going away. Who's this guide? Talk to me about these guides around Veronica right now. You have 7, 8, 9 on the table, Veronica. They just pointed out to me. 7, 8, 9. I want to look that up in numerology. Okay. 7, 8, 9. Who's here? Angel Gabrielle is here. And there are some things behind the moon. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Okay, Veronica. There's something here about you using mediumship abilities as a form of occupation. Giving prosthetic. I was going to say prosthetic. That's interesting. But prophetic messages to people as a form of occupation. I'm not sure why prosthetic came out of my mouth. I'm talking to someone with a prosthetic limb, that's why. Or someone who had a prosthetic limb when they were here. Okay, I'm sorry. I understand now. Okay. What is this message that you have? Because you're showing it to me behind the moon as an occupation. What is this? Tell me. There's something about you working in some kind of healing field. It feels actually medical. So know if you're supposed to speak to people in hospitals. I'm seeing someone who's in a hospital, someone with a prosthetic limb. But they're talking to me about your healing abilities, Veronica, and your means of communication with other energy. And there's something here about you doing that in some form of occupation or like adding it to your current occupation. Like maybe you get visions at work. Are you a medical worker, Veronica? I'm seeing so much about medical and health here. You know, or even these words can just be healing. Like it's I'm not getting the sense of like you should quit your job tomorrow and you know, become a psychic medium full time. But there's something about you seeing things and talking to energies that are not here in a body. And like there's very healing, medicinal messaging. It's almost like it's like shaman, like almost too, like you're able to like give, is it like give people a diagnosis? Can you tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune, please? Yeah, you're the High Priestess. Okay, Veronica, the message that I'm getting is that you already get these messages and you're being asked by this guide or this crossed over person who's talking to me right now. I don't know if this is someone that you knew or not. They have a prosthetic leg. But to let your guard down, because you get downloads, however you get those, whether they're claircognizant, whether it's just something that you hear that comes into your mind, or whether you see it, or maybe you don't even know, right? Maybe you haven't tried to figure that out yet, but you get very clear messaging, Veronica, and you're being asked to trust it. And that is scary because not only are you being asked to trust it, but you're being asked to vocalize it. You're getting messages for other people that you're being asked to vocalize. And that is scary. And I get that, okay? I still, every time I come on these live streams, go, that sounds delulu. I don't want to say that. But it's not for me. The message isn't for me. And the minute I go into my logical brain and start to analyze it, just on our last live stream that we did like this, the one that blew me out of the water was I kept seeing Cassadaga, talking about Cassadaga, Florida, okay? And I was like, this sounds nutty. And I was talking about past life stuff and ancestors. And then I look at whoever I was doing I can't remember whose reading that was, but I looked in the live chat and she looked at me, she said, I'm seventh generation Florida. I would have never known that. I would have never, ever known that her family's lived in Florida for 7 generations. But it goes even deeper than that because Cassadaga is the spiritualist camp in Florida. But anyways, I still get my moments like that where I'm like, oh, I just sound crazy right now. But I've learned to trust it. I've learned to trust the message because it's not for me, nor is it about me. And I'm getting the sense that you're getting that and not vocalizing it. Okay? And you have a lot of guides around you and you're able to tap into a lot of energy. Okay? Specifically of crossover loved ones. And here you are. This is the last card that they gave me. Okay? You're showing up as the High Priestess. You're showing up as the High Priestess. You're being asked to trust these gifts. You're being asked to trust these guides. You're being asked to trust these visions because you have messages that come through, downloads that come through, Veronica, that will change people's lives. And I don't know where you are in that in your life, where you are with those gifts, right? If it's about trying to hone them in more or questioning what does this even mean and what's the difference between my intuition and my logical brain and all of those kind of things. But I hope that this is a safe space for you and that you can reach out to us also because this is, I see a hospital full of people talking to you. Okay, so all right, Oh, all right. That was a lot, like a lot of energies that came in at once. That was important. They wanted to make sure Veronica heard that. Okay, but you got to go now. You got to go now because I got to do a message for Netta. Okay. Netta. Netta. Hi, Forest Witch. How's it going? Glad you're here. Netta. Give me a message for Netta, please. Truth. We like to see the truth. Full moon. Can somebody put when the next full moon is in the chat and what full moon it is, please? Truth, transformation, full moon. You're going to get some messaging in the full moon. Something needs to happen in the full moon. Something needs to happen in the full moon. What needs to happen in the full moon? The next full moon. You have 1111 on the table. It's going to be some kind of portal for you in this upcoming full moon. September 7th. It's the harvest moon, correct? Corn moon. Talk to me about this full moon for Netta coming up, please. Two of Wands. You have a portal coming to you in this new moon. One of wisdom and truth. Victory over those that you have once felt defeated by, Netta. Queen of Swords. Damn. Damn. Netta, you're going to be stepping through some kind of portal in this next full moon, this corn full moon, which is the harvest full moon. Your harvest is here with the Two of Wands, okay? You stepping through this portal, you choosing to step through this portal, okay? And it's energetic. Is going to cause some towers for other people. There is something very clear here about you doing some form of ritual and ceremony, okay? Because you're going to be shown something here. You're going to be shown a truth on this full moon. And it's going to step you into a space of transformation, which we'll get in more, but this next full moon is really, really important that's coming up for you, okay? And I want to know about the Queen of Swords ritual and ceremony here. Tell me more about this. Please tell me about the Queen of Swords ritual and ceremony, which is you, Netta. You're the Queen of Swords. Tell me about Netta, the Queen of Swords ritual and ceremony here on this next full moon. Give me one more in this Emperor. This is I just got to say it. Just say it. Four of Wands again. Yes, say it. They're saying say it. There's a portal. There are some cord cuttings that need to be done on this next full moon, Netta, in order for you to protect your peace and live in peace around you. When you cut these cords with these people, okay, it is going to cause an energetic tower in their life. I'm not saying that they're going to see it on the full moon, but it's very important for you to be very intentional about this cord cutting, okay? Figuring out really, there's a truth here about loyalty and allegiance. I feel like you're going to find out a truth about someone who is not in loyalty and allegiance. And your first reaction is going to be emotion. But you're being asked to think logically about this. There's a big change coming on in your life, and this has to do with your astrological chart. This has something to do with your North Node. Like the time is now. The time is now that something very big in your chart is shifting. Something in your 4th house. Please take a look at your natal chart and look at your 4th house and look at your North Node. Something is happening here, okay? And you're being asked to cut cords in the full moon. Maybe you already know. Like, it feels black and white. It's like, it feels black and white in the sense of like, these people are staying and these people are going. If you so choose, right? Because we all get to choose these things. But it's like in an effort, some in your 4th house, something in your 4th house, something about you shifting to your North Node. I get downloads about this stuff, but I'm not an astrologist. So please look that stuff up so that you get the full idea of this message. But I'm looking at 3 cards of like a portal. Okay, like a timeline shift. And again, I'm not saying like no, like a portal, a timeline shift. It's not like jumping over, a line and then everything changes the next day. But there's something very transformative that's happening through the rest of this year for you that is like changing the trajectory of like life moving forward for you. Like what you're choosing to do with the rest of your timeline while you're here. And specifically in this ritual and ceremony for the Queen of Swords, as they're talking to me about cord cuttings. I don't know if you're familiar with cord cutting rituals, what you know about cord cutting rituals. There's lots of ways you can handle it. You could even just go on YouTube and look up cord cutting, like what is a cord cutting meditation, what is a cord cutting ritual, and do it yourself. I'm not sure what kind of witchy business, I'm not sure what kind of voodoo you do, okay, Netta? Whether you feel comfortable doing that, whether you want assistance from someone, it is also a service that I offer, but you need to decide whatever's comfortable for you if you are feeling aligned with this message. So let's talk about this transformation, okay? There are towers that need to come down around you as just a cosmic shift. Like there's a cosmic shift going on for people around you too, and there's something about you performing these rituals within the full moon that is going to aid in this transformation into this transition for you to get living in that North Node energy and living your truth. Tell us more about this transformation. Alchemy. Alchemy. Alchemy and transformation is just what came out with the Hermit. A mission. A mission. Your purpose. And new beginnings with the Fool. This is the start of a timeline of everything moving into your North Node. Okay? And how appropriate is that? Because we're going into harvest. Literally, we're going into harvest. Lisa. Lisa, Lisa. All right. What's shaking in Lisa's world? You got something to say to Lisa? Okay, okay. What deck you want me to use? Rider weight? Okay. Lisa. What's happening in Lisa's energy? Ooh. Well, that's sexy. Knowledge, karmic path, and magic. You're following the yellow brick road to your magic. Giz is saying that it's important that you meditate on purple, the purple flame at this time. Surround yourself by some things that are purple, maybe amethyst or just anything purple. Purple is the, purple's the color of intuition. Is there anything else you want to say? Talk to me about this magical path for Lisa. Ooh, celebration. This is coven energy, Lisa. This is interesting. I'm getting this message that there's something that's about to energetically break off of you. Like you don't even have to do anything about it. Okay? Like you've already done the work of this. But I'm very much getting Masonic energy, like that there's some sort of Masonic energy in your lineage that isn't necessarily kind to a degree to the type of magic and energy work. I don't know, are you healing a witch wound here? That's what I'm getting. But there's going to be a shift in your energy. And again, like they're telling me there's nothing, I'm looking at King of Swords and this Eight of Swords. There's not going to be anything that you need to do about this. This is just something that kind of time and you're upping your energy, upping your spirit and your energy, upping your vibe. It's like a curse, so to speak, has been broken in the energy. This feels very Masonic, okay? What more do we need to know about that in particular? Yeah. Wow, interesting. I feel like this is... Oh, okay. I don't know, Lisa. They're showing me that there is a cycle closing within your, like, in your DNA blueprint, also in your soul's blueprint, of Masonic energy on both your paternal and maternal side. Okay? And this is going to be cause for celebration. Again, there's nothing that you have to do. I think you've had, I'm getting the sense that you have some ancestors that have been doing this work for a long time. Okay, taking back their magic, taking back their understanding of hermetic law, okay, of universal. I feel a lot around the tree of life around this too, around the Kabbalah. I don't know if you know your ancestry or if you know your heritage, and that's up to you whether you want to know it or not. But you come from a very magical lineage that at one point was dark. Okay? It went dark. You have a lot of lineage on both your maternal and paternal side that know a lot of sacred knowledge. But things went dark. Things went dark, and I feel a lot of persecution like around females, particularly in this. But this is done. This karmic path of your ancestors is done. But you're just going to feel an energetic shift from this. Again, there's nothing that you need to do about this. And it's going to put you in celebration. And I keep getting the sense of a coven, like that you're about to come into your coven with this magic card. There's something too about like your ancestors wanting you to have the knowledge of like the tree of life, like understanding the tree of life. Is there anything more that you want Lisa to know? Oh, 9 of Cups. Well, beautiful. And the Fool energy. Oh, and the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. This is really great energy. There is, they want you to be curious. They want you to be curious about the study of the tree of life. They feel like there's something about this will put 2 and 2 together. It's also going to give you a joy and confidence in your magical practices, in your abilities to manifest too, right? Because Hermetic law is about universal laws, okay? Has a lot to do with like understanding how energy works and manifestation, okay? So they want you to get in this curious, like Fool energy with this, and there's going to be much to celebrate here. It's like you're going to understand how magical you are, and I just keep hearing coven. So I feel like there's going to be 2 more people that are going to come into your life specifically that are maybe, let's find out. They're going to guide you. If it's, tell me about this. Tell me about these 2 other energies I feel on this magic card, please. Okay, there are 2 people that are either in your life. Are they in her life or coming in your... Oh, wow, okay. There's something about the power of 3, the balance of 3 here. And there's justice in these relationships. It's what they're showing me behind the moon is that these are energies that you're going to have like... They're people that you're going to meet because you have a familiar life experience with them. There's something very familiar in your background, but not like in the sense of a trauma bond. Like that's how you're going to meet each other. But there's a lot that's going to be deeper about this relationship. Like there's going to be something about like a coven. I just keep hearing coven, which is not a word that I use a lot. Like the power of 3, like the Charm Sisters here or something, okay? That's what I'm seeing. Balance after heartbreak, sacred transmutation. All 3 of these people, you're going to meet them at work. You're going to meet them at work. Somehow you're going to meet them at work or through work. But there will be 2 people coming in your life that are kind of like, I'm feeling like this energy, you're going to be like study buddies with this stuff. I don't know. Like, I just keep seeing charmed. But there's something very big shifting because of that ancestral energy breaking off. That Mason energy. Okay. Yeah. It was a little heavy. It was a little thick there. Masons on 2 sides. All right, Jayme. What's up, Jayme? Bunny, I am going to need a break in just a minute. That last energy that just came through, I just need to move around for a minute. My head's starting to get a little fuzzy. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. You can tell when I start. But the thing is I swear every time I schedule this with y'all, I get so damn excited about it and hanging out with you that I forget to schedule like breaks, and I want to stay on your timestamps. Sock it to ya. All right, Jayme. I will. I'll take 2 after I'm done with Jayme's here. Talk to me. Jayme's reading. That was quick. Oh. Talk to me about this death card for Jayme. I'm not quite understanding this. Jayme, there's something happening in your life right now or in the near future. I feel like you're on the precipice of this. And I'm not seeing pentacles, but it feels career related is just the energy that's coming through to me. I feel like after I feel like you've been questioning about like the opening, the birth of something, the start of something for quite some time here is what they're showing me with the Death card, the 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. Okay, but it's like a guarantee here that this transition is going to happen, this victory is going to happen. And I love it because there were cards of protection on either side of this transition, okay, with the protection card and nature spirits, which shows me like I'm supposed to relay to you, not to worry, like the victory is yours. Do not worry, the victory is yours. But it feels like there's been a season of void for a minute. Tell me more about this victory. How'd the Queen and King of Swords just come out again? Give me one more on that. There's 2 people here. There's someone else in your corner here. Is this a person or a spirit guide? After a long ending. Who is this? I'm hearing you don't need to doubt someone in your life right now, that they are like very solid on helping you get to this victory. And that's not something I really like to say because I don't always have the most faith in humans. But I'm looking at a King and Queen of Swords here, okay? And they're showing me a 10 of Swords and a 5 of Swords, okay? So there's all kinds of swords here. There's all kinds of swords here. There's been all kinds of effort, all kinds of effort going into some sort of new beginning. And I'm seeing swords, but it feels business. But it feels like there's a business that is attempting to be built or has been built, but in the attempt of all that, there was all this other stuff that happened, okay? Like literally with the Death card, there was like things on the side, major transitions, healing going on, things like that. It's been a really long season. You've hung in really tight. There's someone really solid here, and you need to know that there is a victory of this. There's like a guaranteed victory in whatever you're attempting to build in the physical reality and also in spiritual reality here. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing all the right people, places, and things walk into your life when they need to, even though this season has felt like it's never going to effing end, is what I'm feeling with all of these swords. Like there's been a constant like mental, tactical, how are we going to make this happen? How are we going to build this? I'm also exhausted because there's something else happening over here, and I see fae, I see spirit guides, I see literal humans. So I don't know what you're doing, but it's very important because it feels like there's a lot of energy coming from a lot of places to protect whatever this is. Tell me more. What more does Jayme need to know about this? So many swords on this damn table. Occupation. Are you changing occupations? Are you starting a business or something? Whatever this is to you, this project, it's a guaranteed victory. It's a guaranteed victory. I'm here to confirm that. Okay? Man, you're putting in some hard yards on something. Like, I feel every single one of these swords. All right. You got some fairies hanging out around you. Talk to me, fairies. Talk to me, fae. Here, what's the fae got to... What the fae got to say? Oh, they're coming in with the swords, too. Jeez. You got... Look. I don't know if you work with fae, okay? I don't know if you work with the fae energy, but fae energy does not play. And these fae have swords. Literally is what they showed me. Look, this is guaranteed victory. This is going to feel so good. This is going to feel so good. They're telling me, say, call on the fae when you feel tired, when you feel like you just don't want to be in that, I don't know if it's selling or marketing, just not in that spirit to want to talk to people anymore, to want to have to put yourself out there anymore. We all have days like that. Call on the fae because they're going to give you that fire. They're going to give you that fire and that little bit of spicy energy, or know that they're around you. You know what I mean? Just know that they're hanging out around your shoulder, okay, to help you in those times where it just feels hard to communicate because it's like, geez, man, I'm just tired. I'm working a lot. I feel so much mental. Do you have a lot of air in your chart? There is so much mental sword energy in this reading. It's nuts. It's nuts to me. Okay. But you got it. You got this in the bag. Okay. Cause you're the King of Wands. And I mean, this is the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay. This is the person that can command a room. This is the person that people like to be led by too. This is the person that people trust and like to be led by because they have charisma. They have charisma. You have charisma. Don't ever be scared to put yourself out there. Okay? And maybe, I don't know if you're into visualization, but maybe take some time to visualize all this fae energy around you. Because they're hanging out, and just to help you feel like you got something's got your back. A bunch of little fairies running around with ninja swords have your back is what I'm seeing. Yeah, you have been really successful of keeping yourself out of the emotional space to get the work done on this, okay, is what they're showing me. There are 3 aces on this table, an ace of pentacles, an ace of swords, and an ace of cups. Like, you will keep being provided, not everything that you probably want and desire at this time, but you will keep being provided everything that you need, so don't overthink it. Don't get in this 8 of swords energy. There's something about divine timing in this. It feels like you've closed a very large emotional cycle or some kind of transition in your life, okay? And so there feels like there's a concern towards this new beginning. Is the resources going to come in? Have I lost my mind? I can feel your thoughts like running 1,000 miles an hour, Jayme. It's what I feel. And this is here to tell you this is a go. This is a go. This is a go. You have people in the 3-dimensional world. You have energy outside of three-dimensional world that is going to make sure that you get absolutely everything that you need. Keep taking the steps one by one. But girl, take a break from all these damn swords. My God, my brain hurts right now. Woo! There's a lot of swords going on there. Lots of swords. Whole lot of swords. And I definitely am going to take 2 after that reading. Whoo, Jayme. Go be easy on yourself, okay? You got this. You got this. And you got fairies with swords. How effing cool is that? Okay. Guy, you are up next. All right. I got Guy, and then I got Dolly, and then I got Marney. All right. Then Jennifer. Then the Just Jennifer. And then Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. I'm so glad you're here. Right on. Okay. All right. And your timestamps will be slightly off, but I promise that they'll be they are going to be timestamped if you are not here. All right, Guy. I'll see you in 2. All right, just let me know if I got audio again, please, somebody. I'd appreciate it. Jayme, binarial beats. Are you doing binarial beats? Hello, Mercinity. Hello, my magical friend. Hey, Stewie. What's up? Okay, good. Everybody can hear me. All right. Yeah, Jayme, try some binaural beats also. If that's not a regular practice of yours already. And something I didn't know at first about, so I'm assuming other people don't, because you hear people talk about binaural beats and all that stuff, and, you know, subliminals, like binaural beats particularly, you're supposed to listen to in headphones. They can be really great. And when I first started listening to them, I was like, this is not doing a damn thing for me. And it was because I was not listening to them in headphones. So if you have a good pair of noise canceling headphones, that's definitely the way to go. Guy. What's happening, Guy? Let's see what's going on. Oh, Guy. Guy, you got a jealous friend in your energy. Guy, I am getting the vibe here that you are very magical, and there is a very fake ass spiritualist in your energy that is posing as a friend that really is giving you some evil eye here. Because of your intuition, your communication, I don't know. This is giving me the vibe of fake spiritualist, though. You know? I'm getting the vibe of the love and lighter. Oh no, we got a stage 5 love and lighter in your energy, okay? On the outside, they're all love and light, but on the inside, they're like poison, okay? What do we need to know about this evil eye? Does this resonate with you, Guy? Do you need some tea on this person? Or do you want another message? Tell me right now, please. Okay. Guy, did something else come out in the last reading that I did for you about someone who was up your ass? And if so, why am I getting that sense? I channel so much stuff that I don't necessarily remember readings. Like, I don't remember what I channel for people. But why am I getting the sense, Guy, that this came out in the last reading that I did for you? And if so, can you tell me if I'm right about that? Because if I am, we're going to take a little different spin with this on the questions that I'm going to ask. Because this person, if somebody's coming out like this twice in a reading, I gotta, you know, I don't know, man. We're gonna have to call in some Lilith energy or something here. Did this come out the last time, Guy? Please confirm before I channel in with this voodoo deck. Because I don't like that if this came out twice. That means we got to get down to business with this energy. And we're going to have to get a little witchy woo-woo here, so to speak. I see your first message that you got somebody. I knew it. I knew that has come out in another message for you. Guy, I don't know what kind of voodoo you do, but most likely what is going to get channeled is going to be in the context of what voodoo I do. So please translate it in a way that works for you. Okay? Please translate it to whatever protection is being asked, whatever ritual work needs to be done, whatever uncrossing makes sense for whatever your spiritual practices are. But I'm about to slay this evil eye. We're going to find out how to slay this evil eye. I knew I felt this energy before. And for something to come out like that in multiple readings is like, they doing some shit. This person is not at all as they appear. And it wouldn't keep coming out as a warning unless there's something going on in the energy here. Okay, hold on. Let me get into this. Talk to me about this for showing up as an Empress in reverse. Okay? Man, this is someone who, what are they doing? What are they doing? This person has so much toxic emotional energy. Okay, obviously, because they're throwing the evil eye. What are we doing about getting rid of this evil eye? What are we doing about getting rid of this false ass person out of the energy? That's what I want to know. What I'm seeing right now is do not take anything that this person offers you. Do not take anything that this person offers you. Do not take any trinket. Do not take anything as a gift from this person, because it got some bad juju on it. All right, but we have the Judgment card here. Talk to me about this Judgment of this Empress in reverse. Talk to me about this Judgment of this Empress in reverse. Oh. Do not take any offerings from this person. Be nothing but full of joy around them. Be nothing but full of joy around them. This person, okay. I know this isn't everybody's bag. This person has some weird entity attachment to them, guy. Whoever this fake love and lighter is, okay? They don't even realize it. They got some dark ass something attached to them that can see your intuition, that can see your abilities, okay? Your healing abilities, your gifts of communication, all of that stuff, and it doesn't like it because it's a threat to it. Okay, and I don't know if you subscribe to this. Like I said, that's what I said. These things might come out. It's being shown to me, translated to me in a way that I understand it. but this can look very different throughout different philosophies. But what I'm seeing is this person's got some dark ass shit attached to them. It comes out like forward facing. This person also is, they're very vain, is what they're showing me. That may be a tip to who this person is. They're very vain about their physical appearance, and not in that like body positivity, proud of their identity. Like they're very vain. And one of the best ways you can combat this, of course, is to just be always in joy around this entity, because it pisses it off even more. And you're being asked to don't accept anything from this person, okay? Because it's gonna have some dark energy on it. I don't care if it's an apple or if it's a greeting card. I would throw that shit right in the trash. I don't know. This person's got some really weird energy attached to them, okay? And whatever's attached to them just doesn't like you because you don't vibe with it. You don't vibe with it. You can see it. So what does Guy need to do about this? This keeps coming out. Like, what is Guy? Give me some clear directions. Yes, I know. Yes, you always want to be joyful around something like this because you don't want to grab on to that negative energy that's in it. And that's what it wants. It wants you to also harness that negative energy from it, but you're not going there. I don't feel that in your energy at all, actually. The Death card, the Ten of Swords. Tell me about this Death card. It's not working. Whatever they're doing is not working. See, they're showing me specifically on this deck, on this Ten of Swords. Like, see how he's got the surfboard and all these daggers are coming at him. All these evil eye, all this crap is coming at him, but he's, tell me about this Death card. An apple. They're showing me an apple. What is it with an apple? There's something about an apple. Talk to me about this Death card. Guy, who the hell do you work with? No, I mean, this shit's everywhere. It doesn't matter where you work. There are evil, dark people that have evil, dark stuff attached to them all over. Tell me more about this Death card. Okay. Okay. Here's the message that I'm getting. There is going to be some kind of significant symbol of an apple. You are going to see this energy on this person, this entity on this person. If you have not seen it yet, you are going to be shown it. All that you have to do is energetically let it know when you see it that you see it. Don't shrink back from when you're going to see something weird in this person, man. And it's going to be like, ooh. And you should be like, ooh. But you don't even have to use words necessarily. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe you will when this time comes. But you need to let it know that you see it. Okay? And that you're not you're not messing around with it energetically here. Okay? Like, you see it. They're showing me the Death card with the Mambo of Cups. I can't hold up all of these cards. YouTube's getting weird about that. Okay? But you're going to question yourself momentarily. You're going to be like, did I just hear that? Or did I just see that? And yes, you did. Yes, you did. You're going to get some like weird, tingly, spidey senses all of a sudden, and you're going to see whatever this is that's attached to this person, and all you need to do is make it real clear that you see it. Because then it can infect your energy, and it will direct this evil eye. It will direct this energy somewhere else. Look at that. I didn't even see that fly out, the 8 of coins. It is somebody that you work with, guy. That's confirmation that it's somebody that you work with. I didn't even see that fly out with the 10 of coins because I'm so... Any final words for Guy on this? Something significant about red and red apples. Maybe you're going to smell apples. Sometimes those things, man, those synchronicities come in ways like... I don't know if you're going to smell apples. Are you going to smell apples? Something that is going to be like, oh. Yeah, 4 of Swords. God of Wands. This person's going to come unleashed. This love and light front that they have, this, oh, they're so kind to everybody, but, you know, this person is, this entity that's attached to them creates a lot of chaos among multiple energies. This entity is going to show its ass, and you're going to see it. This person's going to act out of character, and it has something to do with this attachment that they have. They're going to act out of character. You're going to see it. And whether it's through words or energetically or whatever, you need to let it know that you see it, and that's it. That's how you stand your ground with it. There's something about apples. Now, usually like a dark energy entity does not smell good. It does not smell like apples. I don't know if this person's going to give you an apple pie. I don't know. Like there's something about apples. You're going to see apples. You're going to smell apples, something. And you're maybe that's the trigger that you're going to remember this reading and be like, yeah, I see you. Stay away from me. Okay. This person, this energy that's attached to this person likes to wreak a lot of havoc, though. And the more pissed off it can make everyone around it. You know, because people don't feel these things and don't consciously feel and see these things. And so they'll just become angry. They'll become less productive. And they don't even realize what it is that's affecting them. And this one's tricky because this person poses as someone who's everybody's friend. This person's vain. Something about their vanity. There's also something about you seeing this and understanding that you can spot this. Tell me more about that with the Death card. That you have a greater discernment to spot these things than you realize. This like entity attachment kind of crap on people. Or this dark energy, however that resides for you spiritually. Yeah, call it out and patiently move away from it, is what they're saying to me. Yeah. Oh, this particular energy in your workspace is some kind of like initiation to understand that you can see this stuff somehow differently. See doesn't necessarily mean through the eyes, but you're going to experience something. Red eyes. Red eyes, the apple of your eye, red eye. There's something about seeing this in this particular person that's some kind of initiation where after that, it's like it's like gonna be like a default button where you're gonna be able to see that stuff in people, that type of like entity attachment after this test, so to speak. Okay? Jeez, oh. That damn person keeps coming out, man. All right, Dolly. Hi, Dolly. Get that person out of here. Yeah, it's some weird like little, and again, right, subjective, because language is subjective, but it's like a little demon army. There's some kind of little demon army happening, guy, in your workplace. But you just got to let them know, like, I see you, bitches. Like, I see you. Literally, I see you. I see you through that person. So back off. You're welcome, guy. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. I hate that it keeps coming out, but if something keeps coming out like that, it means because it's just important, right? It's important to pay attention to it, because you know things are not always as they seem, are they? Like, you know, things that we just think they're just not. Things are not always as they seem. It's that simple. Okay. Dolly Dharma. I love that. Also because I really love me some Dolly Parton. Dolly. Talk to me about Dolly, please. Talk to me about Dolly. Something about you trusting in divine timing here, Dolly. Something about you trusting in divine timing. Ooh. Dolly, you got a download, and you're protecting some kind of knowledge. You got some kind of psychic download, and you've been protecting that knowledge for a long time. Okay? You know that it's not the right time. You saw some kind of synchronicity. I feel like maybe this came through some forms of divination too. All right? You're like, you know, you had the foresight of something, and you've been protecting that knowledge. Partly you've been protecting that knowledge because you don't want to call out something if you're unsure, so to speak, but you're not supposed to call it out. You need to believe in divine timing in this. You need to trust that when the lid is supposed to be blown off of something, it will be. And that is absolutely the energy of a high priestess. Time is an illusion, and sometimes we get visions, and sometimes it's from the past, sometimes it's from the future, sometimes it's another dimension. And sometimes it's really hard to know when to say something, when to execute a vision. A high priestess always knows when to speak up and when to keep her mouth shut. And there's something that feels like that you want to do, you want to move forward on, or you want to speak up about, and there's that little voice inside of you that is telling you that it is not the right timing, and believe that it is not the right timing. You will know when that divine timing is. We get downloads, we get visions, we get prophetic words, and then we need to know and we need to believe that then we will also get a second message that is allowing us, or is letting us know exactly when to execute it. And that's what I'm feeling in your energy right now. I feel like you got some synchronicities through tarot. I feel like you were watching tarot. And you got a very clear message, and you've gotten it more than once. Don't keep looking for that message in particular, but know you will get another message of when it's time to move, or when it's time to say whatever this is. There's something that's protected here. I feel like that's you protecting this intel that you know. Tell me more about this psychic protection, please. Tell me more about this psychic protection. Yeah, there we go. The card of messages. You're getting a lot of messages through divination about something right now. There is a reason why you're getting them, but it's just not time to execute it. Yeah, you're being warned. You're being warned. Don't communicate this at this time because all of the pieces haven't unfolded. That is hard. I mean, it's hard. It's hard when you're tapped in like that and you know what's up. And you got to like be stealth about things and you can't just open your mouth. Because, right, sometimes too it's just annoying because it's like, damn it, I just wish everyone would just be open and honest and we could just communicate. And sometimes those, you know, with divination, like you're getting downloads and they are for your protection. Okay, that's what they're telling me. You got a message to know how someone is going to move, but not when they're going to move. When they're going to do this. Trust that you will get that message. You will get the tip off of when they're going to move. And so like when you have to make your move, right? Like a chess game. That's hard. It's like, give me all the information at once. Give me the download to know what they're going to do, but then tell me when they're going to do it. But it doesn't work that way. And I don't know why, but that's the truth. It doesn't work that way. Do you feel me squirming? Because I get those too, right? And I'm just like, oh, God, just tell me all the details. Just give me the end. Tell me the end. But there's something here where you got to trust in divine timing and roll like a high priestess and keep your mouth shut. But you're getting the messages right now. I mean, you got all that wands. Those 8 wands, man, are like, there's a lot of energy behind these messages that you're getting. This is interesting, too. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, like, continue to pay attention to these patterns that you're finding in divination. They're specifically talking to me about tarot. You're finding like patterns in divination, and that's a form of communication, actually, to be able to find synchronicities and patterns and messages, that you're actually someone who can clearly discern that. Now, there are a lot of people that they're talking to me particularly at tarot, so I'm going to talk about tarot, but there are a lot of people that don't have that, like just don't have that ability or don't have that form of communication very strongly, where they're able to like put together the patterns and messaging that comes through in divination. And that causes a whole nother problem, because then everyone thinks that every freaking tarot message, every tarot reader that they watch, every reading that they watch is about them, right? And it just causes more confusion, right? And for some people it can cause like a form of like psychosis, but that's not what they're telling me about you. Like, you've figured out this pattern within divination, and you can see the patterns, and you know what is applying, what's not applying, what's truth, what's not truth, as opposed to whatever answers that you're seeking. And so there's something particular right now that you know, but you got to wait to hear on when the timing is of when it's going to like actually show up in the man-made physical time space here. Okay. Yep. Yeah. You're like, I feel like this is an ask to be patient a little bit, okay? Look at, the Knight of Pentacles always gets the job done. The message gets delivered, but he's slower and methodical than any other knight. And the knights are the messengers. You are showing up in the energy of 2 messengers here, okay? Do you read tarot, Dolly? And if you don't, you may want to, I don't know if that's something that's ever called to you. I mean, there's all kinds of forms of divination. It doesn't necessarily need to be tarot, but they keep talking to me about tarot. Tell me about this star card on the timing. Yeah, well, and one of the things is because you want to be a star, you want to be, you know, you want to show up in that star energy. Star is hope. The star card is hope. I can't pick it up and show it to you because it has cartoon boobs on it. you're going to deliver something at a time that it will give hope, or and I feel like it's going to give you hope, actually. I feel like it's going, you do read tarot. Okay, good, good. It's going to give you even greater hope in your abilities. Oh, Bunny Rabbit, one of my dearest friends was here for a couple of days, one of my oldest girlfriends of like 25 years, and I was telling her some of the new YouTube rules, and that's why I keep saying cartoon boobs, because she was cracking, that she said that, so now I've taken it on, like it was funny. She's like, what do you, she's got a southern accent, she goes, what do you mean you can't show cartoon boobs on YouTube, you know? And I was like, nah, you can't, man, they'll flag your channel. Not allowed to show those cartoon titties anymore. Hey, Sai. Tell me more about this, the timing of this message of hope, please. Yeah, great. Man, you trusting in this is going to move you into this whole new space, Dolly, of understanding how psychic you are and how important it is in the time, like how psychic ability, we know that we can shape our reality. We know that we can bend time. And so bending time is such a great responsibility as to then when do you give these messages? Because it will alter the whole timeline going forward. There's something about you figuring that out with some synchronicities that you've put together, messages that are coming towards you right now. All right. I love this, man. It's like the watchman on the wall. It's like you're the timekeeper and you're seeing it through forms of divination. Any final messages for Dolly? Yeah, you know you have to have your defenses up about a 10 of swords. You know there's a 10 of swords coming, or you're going to know there's a 10 of swords coming. And so you're being asked to lean into your divination to know when the divine timing comes in order for you to avoid those 10 of swords. Or maybe, I don't know if you read for others, Dolly, helping someone else avoid a 10 of swords, but it's all the timing of the messaging here. It's all the timing of the messengers. Very cool. I can feel your psychic energy, Dolly. It's very powerful. I love it. We're a bunch of juveniles. Everybody say boobies. Yeah, and you're going to know, Dolly, you're going to know just like a chessboard. You're getting those psychic downloads to help you move like you're playing a game of chess. So just remember that. Remember that you'll also get those messages of the divine timing to execute those things. Oh, censorship. Marney. I love your new screen name. I peeped that today. Or the change to your screen name. I like it. Oh. I'm so annoyed by the censorship. I have actually on more than one occasion have seriously considered moving over to OnlyFans. And not that I want to be any more extreme. I just want to be able to say what I want to say and hold up some tarot cards, you know? It's messing me up. You know, you get into a flow when you record and read, and it like messes me up because I have to think about that now. Like I have to think about what I'm holding up and not holding up. And they've had those rules for quite some time, even since I started the tarot channel, but now all of a sudden they're cracking down. Damn, cracking down on the cartoon boobies. Burning books and outlawing cartoon boobies. I made myself laugh. I'm going to spit out my water. All right. All right. Let's clear the cartoon booby energy here so I can get a clean reading from Moxie. Moxie, I refuse to put stickers on my tarot decks. I can't do it. I just can't. Because also, too, I think because I'm an artist, like I look at all this stuff as art. It's art censorship. And I'd be like, imagine the day that we go into a museum and there's like black X's or like God knows what over every nipple that's in a painting and stuff. Like, ah. Yeah, that weird. And I'm not weird about, like, I know everyone kind of has their own, like, I'm not weird about people touching my decks. I'm not, like, there's so many things that I'm so casual about with it, but for some reason the thought of that, and I've seen people do it and I've considered it, I've contemplated it, and I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't. All right. Let's dive into Moxie's energy here. Moxie. Miss Divine. The Renegade Therapist. I think you should put that on your business cards. If that, if that was on your business cards, I would be raising my hand first. I would be like, I want that therapist. That's the therapist I want. Come on. Ooh, the talisman. The talisman's the sign, the symbol, the shift. Is that it? Oh, man, I'm seeing Tank Girl, okay? You familiar with Tank Girl from the 80s? That's the vibe I'm getting here right now with the talisman and the shift. All right, you got some Tank Girl energy going on here. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this. Talisman, shift, death. There's a symbol that is going to be crowning a new beginning. There's a symbol that's going to be crowning a new beginning to good fortune. Okay. There's a symbol that's going to be crowning a new beginning to good fortune is what I'm seeing here with good fortune. So let's dive into this. This is a big shift. This feels, for shift and death to come out next to each other, that's like a double death card. I feel like this is like a double death card. Which means that you're transitioning into the new beginning, or you will reach the new beginning. You're not staying in the transition, or you're not staying in the death energy. You're allowing yourself to go into the transition. And there's some kind of good fortune on the back side of that. Talk to me more about this transition. There's one more tower coming, and you're being asked to not avoid it. They're showing me the Page of Cups. You're going to see this tower. You're tired of towers though right now. I can tell you're tired. That's a tongue twister. You are tired of towers. And going through major life transitions, yes, we get tired of towers. You intuitively know that there's a tower coming, and I feel like you're trying to slow it down at this time. You're being asked not to, though. because this is what's on the other side. And it's like, uh-oh, here it comes, Jayme. It's the final tower. Like, seriously, okay? Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. It's the final tower, okay? Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this. Look, because this is what's on the, like, the tower's got to fall, okay? Man, I feel this in your energy, Moxie, that it's like you do, right? It gets to the point where it's like, really? Like another tower, like another shift, another change, another, like some days it's just like, can we, like, yeah, I want to get to the transition. I want to get to the good fortune. I want to get to the good energy, but can something run smoothly for a minute? That's what I feel in your energy, Moxie. And there's one more tower. There's one more tower before this victory. Tell me more about the victory and the good fortune. Tell me more about the victory and the good fortune. Oh, good. Push the tower over. Push it over. Good. Push it over. There's a lot of energy behind it for you to push it over. I like this. Okay? This is showing up in the Nine of Pentacles energy as part of this victory. There's a lot, I feel like there's going to be a change in your pentacles here. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. You have two cards of self-sufficiency, of going your own way here. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles energy with this victory, please. They're showing me that there's someone standing in the way. It's hidden from you. But there's an energy that's standing in the way of knocking over this final tower. They don't want this tower to be knocked over. It's a King of Swords energy. I feel like this is someone who might be cheering you on a bit, but why am I getting that sense? Somebody's creating a maze with swords energy, with mental energy. Someone is trying to hold this tower up. Why? Because they feel like they're going to lose you? I don't know what that means. Like, that's exactly what I'm hearing. They feel like they're going to lose you? Why? Because you're going to be celebrating? Somebody is trying to hold up this final tower because they feel like they're going to lose you. What is the talisman of this? What is the symbol that Moxie needs to look out for to cue her in about this when she sees it? Somebody's going to be playing the victim. 9 of Wands. You're being asked to detach from them. Oh, this is emotional manipulation. What's the sign? They're showing me to move away from an emotional manipulation. Someone's trying to hold up a tower. I'm going, because I hate it when people do that, Moxie. What's the symbol? Oh, you're not confused. Okay, you're not confused about this. This is good. Somebody's trying to halt progress. Somebody's trying to halt progress. I feel like you know this, Moxie. I'm getting the sense that you know this because I'm seeing the Three of Cups in your energy. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups in your energy. So I don't really feel like this is behind the moon. But what is it that Moxie needs to know about this? Because I don't feel like I'm relaying any information to you that you don't already know at this time. But there would be a reason why this is coming out. Like there's something, like some kind of maybe, I don't want to say warning, but I do want to say warning. How is Moxie to prepare for this? There's something here about a contract, Moxie. Somebody is planning to be sneaky in a contract to hold this tower up before you step into good fortune. Okay? Any final advice for Moxie on this? It's you, the Queen of Pentacles. They ain't knocking you off your square. But there's something about going in for a higher perspective and be patient with all paperwork that comes in front of you. Also remember to be in your Queen of Swords energy. Okay, the Queen of Swords is fair, but she also advocates for herself. She's not going to mess around. Understanding that a contract is between two parties. I feel like something else recently came out for you, Moxie, about contracts. Because what they're showing me is like, see how both hands are on that top comp? I mean, that's the way a contract should look, right? There should be equality in it. But there's someone who wants to put something sneaky in a contract to hold up a tower from you getting to the other side with the Chariot and going into this good fortune energy. So this is a warning about being extra careful, I guess, with like reading the fine print here. Because someone's double fisting wands, like wanting you to stay in like this Five of Pentacles energy, okay, and make you feel like that there's all these boulders and all these roadblocks in your way. Again, holding up the tower for you to get to the other side of this shift, the other side of this transition. I feel like this is a single energy. There's a particular energy that is very vested in you staying right where you're at. Yeah. Well, give me a final word on this good fortune, because forget that energy. Give me a final word on this good fortune. Ah, mastery. Beautiful. Mastery and celebration. That we saw that twice. We saw the Three of Cups twice. There's mastery and celebration on the other side. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, whoever this is, Moxie, they don't have that kind of power, right? Like, they really don't. I mean, they may think that they do, but they don't. But you're being asked to, like, really look at fine prints of everything, because, I don't know, it feels like someone's trying to keep you stuck in something. So a lot of pentacles on this table, too. Lots of pentacles on this table. So work, finances. I did not see the Eight of Pentacles, but there's a lot of pentacles. So I'm sure this has something, this is something work related for you. That energy was not, that person was not fun. Okay. Jennifer K. What's up, Jennifer K? Bunny, I have 2 more readings after Jennifer. I've got Jennifer K. Then I got just Jennifer. Then I got Jasmine. That'll be you. Jennifer D. Jennifer D. I love. I got my 2 Jennifers back to back. Okay. Protection. Message. Truth. What is this? A message of truth and protection. I see a spiral, like in concrete. Like if someone had stuck their finger in concrete and like made a spiral, like it looked like a spiral, you know, and then stayed in the concrete forever. What is this message of truth and protection? Showing me there's a 5, 5, 5. Woo. Come on now. Where are these energies coming from? I'm looking at a 5 of Wands and a 5 of Swords. Where are these energies coming from? This is a lot of energies. Where are these coming from? 8 of Wands. I'm children of the corn here. No, I'm kidding. But we got the High Priestess. Messages to the High Priestess. Okay. I know Jennifer's psychic. I know Jennifer gets a lot of messages. Please tell me where all of these energies are coming from in this 5 of Wands and this 5 of Swords, because this is a lot of energy. This is a lot of energy right here. Seeing like a lake, I'm seeing like a river full of salmon. I don't know what the hell that means, Jendi. Okay. There is protection around a bunch of energies, and I don't like this. This doesn't feel like super like scary or anything like that, but I'm trying to get down to the bottom of what this is, because there's a ton of energy in this 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands right now, okay? Know that there is truth and protection in this message from this energy, though. But also here, what I'm seeing is you as the High Priestess with the 8 of Wands, okay? So you're getting these messages, or will be getting these messages to understand the truth about all this energy. but know that there's protection around you at this time. But I'm trying to be nosy here because I want to know where all this energy is coming from, because this is a lot of energy. I can feel it. Oh, damn. What is it? Now I got even more MFers on this table. What the frig is this? The devil card. Tell me what this is about. Tell me what this is about. Don't bring this shit on my table and then not tell me what it's about. Okay, this is going to sound a little weird, but this is what I'm getting. Don't ever use a Vox at your work. Don't ever use a Vox at your work. You don't want to hear all the energy that's coming through at your workplace. And this is not in a human body. There's like an army of energy. In your workspace that is not in a human body, that is just trying to talk to you all damn day, and it's not for the right reasons. It's not for good reasons. But there's a lot of protection around you. And you're getting the messaging that you need from your guides, High Priestess, and the this is messed up. All right, here's what's going on. I'm channeling some of the energy from your workplace, and they think that they can come in here and bring these messages through me to scare you and to scare me, is what I'm seeing right now with this Death card and the Judgment card, the Three of Pentacles. I have a Seven of Swords, a Five of Wands, and a Five of Swords. No, because you're dealing with High Priestesses, and we have protection, and we know the truth. We know our truths, and we have protection. And I saw a damn golden spiral that's around you. They're showing it to me in a concrete, but it's something that is always around you. And that you're the High Priestess, and you get all this other spirit message. This is interesting, Jen D. I've never, ever had something like this come through for a reading before like this. This is, yeah. There's some ick, okay? There's some ick. And I know your work, and I know you're in the ick, and this is spirit energy in that building, though. Spirit energy that's torturing the people that are in there. But they can't get to you. They can't get to you when you're in there, so they're trying to get through this reading right now to get to you. It don't work like that when you're a High Priestess. It just don't. Okay. Be gone. Final advice. Wow, that was interesting. It got really weird in here for a minute, Jen D. I'm not going to lie. It got real weird in here. I was like hearing all these, like, it felt like I was listening to a Vox, and like I was hearing all this stuff that I didn't want to hear. And I was like, what is going on here? You've been found out. Guy, if you're still on this live, that's the way you got to call out the energy. You just got to be like, you've been found out. You've been found out. Be gone. That's right. Be gone. You've been found out. You ain't creeping through this way either. Final message for Jen D. Whoa, Jen, that was an interesting experience in my psychic, whatever you call it. The Fool. That's right. That's right. That's right. There's so much. The Emperor, the Fool and the Emperor, because bossing up. Okay, we're all bossing up. And like you can't mess with this energy. Okay, this is that inner, I call it the inner child, I call it the soul child, whatever it is, man. No way. Too much purity in our energy, and that childlike energy to these entities can go F off right now. Okay? Well, that was a cool lesson. That was very cool. I feel like I need to pay you for that reading, Jen D. That was a very unique experience. Woo, they trying to get ya. They don't know who they messing with over there. That was wild, Jen D. That was wild. Thank you. I was like, what is going on here? Woo! It's really cold in here too. It is so cold in here right now. Wow. Okay. Bye. Yeah, you've been found out. It was really hot in here, and then it just got really cold. That's right, because you've been found out. Okay. Just Jennifer. Wow. That was a very unique experience. I need to record that. Write that down so that I recognize that again. How interesting, too, with what Guy's message came through. We're all learning something new today. Okay. Just Jennifer. Hi, Just Me. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. Hello. Just Jennifer. Release. Release. What does Jennifer need to release at this time? Time. Growth. Hold on, Jennifer. Wow, I need to like sage in here or something after that reading. Go away. Still picking up on that energy. Go away. Bye. Whew. Damn. Jennifer, you don't run a Vox while you're at work, do you? Do you run Go See Your Vox or anything like that on your phone while you're at work? So I went to this place this week. I went for an audition. This place called the Mortuary. It's an actual mortuary here in Nolens that does like dinner theater and all this kind of stuff. And my southern bestie was with me. She was waiting outside. And when I opened the door to go back outside of this mortuary, I was done with my audition. I look over at her. She's sitting in between these two pillars on the side of her building. And her face just didn't lie. She was like, had this oh shit look on her face. She looked a little pale. And I was like, what's going on? What's wrong? And the Vox, the Go See Your Vox, there was a voice, a very deep voice that kept going, get out, get out. She was like, I could see all of her face. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, I don't know, whatever. You want to work here? Whatever. Like, it's telling me to get out. I'm getting out. Like, I'm getting in an Uber right now. I don't even want to have a conversation on the sidewalk, okay? This entity does not want us here. This spirit does not want us here. I'm not playing. So, I don't know, man. Don't run a Vox at work. You're going to hear all kinds of stuff. Okay. Jennifer. Let's get back to Jennifer. Just Jennifer. Veiled. What's veiled here? What could possibly be veiled here? Jennifer sees behind the veil. Time, water. I'm pulling in some, why am I pulling in some, I'm pulling in some past life energy for you here. And I'm seeing a lot of water. The sun and the moon. 888. 888 on the table. Through the sands of time. What has been veiled through the sands of time? What has been veiled through the sands of time? This is interesting. What has been, they're telling me to pick up the angel deck. Hold on. What has been veiled through the sands of time? What is this message? What has been veiled through the sands of time? What has been veiled through the sands of time that Jennifer needs to know about? What has been veiled through the sands of time? Mitch, why am I feeling the Titanic? What is this? What is this? I smell candles. Oh my God, I haven't smelled that in a couple of nights. And usually I only smell it at 3 a.m. It smells like a Catholic Mass in here right now, Jennifer. Yeah, I need to tell me what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at. Jennifer, I'm hearing that it has been veiled through the sands of time that biblical scribes were female. God damn, I'm going to get my YouTube channel canceled here. With what's coming through for you. So why is this coming through for you, though? Is this something like, this is something past life for you? Veiled through the sands of time are female scribes of the good book. Okay? That's what's coming through. That's what's coming through. Damn. Get my damn YouTube channel canceled. Can't be having any of that. 6 of Cups, past life. Oh, yeah, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. In slavery. This was done in slavery. Slavery to what? I mean, besides culture. This is not an illusion. Stop laughing. That's what they just said to me. Stop laughing. This is not an illusion. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to take my job seriously right now. This message is making me a little nervous that it's public. Okay. Tell me about this. Okay. Tell me about this new. You're cutting me off. Why are you cutting me off now? I need to... Wow, y'all, this is new stuff coming through today. Okay. Just Jennifer, I was told to continue that message off of this live with you. So I will connect with you privately to finish that reading. That's interesting. Okie dokie. Okay. There's more to that message. I'm just being asked to do it and not do it on this platform with you. Okay. Jasmine. Okay, good. I'm glad you were just thinking that too. I didn't want to they're like, nope. Take this seriously and shut your mouth right now. Oh, a timekeeper. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. Wow, well, that's going to be fun to dive into. Hello, Jasmine. Hello. I don't think you're on this live with us, but hello. Put a smile on my face to see your name. Let's see what's happening in Jasmine's energy. You know it's serious when they tell me that. You've never heard me say that. I've never said that. Whew, jeez. I'm going to throw it. Past life. This is part of your message. Hold on. Sorry, Jasmine. Let me clear the energy a little better here. Okay. I will. I promise. I will continue that right after this live. But okay. Jesus, we might need to move these to a private, something a little more private stream. As if anything's private nowadays. Jasmine. Talk to me about Jasmine. What's happening in Jasmine's energy? Divine masculine. Past life. Okay, that was for Jasmine. Okay, just getting a little scared. Just getting a little scared. I don't want to get fit for my Handmaid's Tale outfit quite yet. Don't want to get fit for that uniform quite yet. We're just being careful. Okay, there's a past life divine masculine here, Jasmine, on the table. Guide. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You have some spirit guides that are going to come in and show you something around past life energy. Something around a past life. Is this a okay, let me hold on. They're telling me to clarify this a little more. They want me to talk to them with this deck. You're being guided towards a divine masculine from a past life. Interesting. Okay. Tell me about why. Why, first of all, let's see why is Jasmine being guided towards a divine masculine from a past life. High Priestess. You're showing up as the High Priestess. Jasmine, you're going into a period of your life with the Wheel of Fortune, okay, with the karmic wheel that is putting you in this High Priestess energy here. And there's something about a divine masculine from a past life that I haven't quite tapped into yet. But basically what it's showing me is that there's been blockages, okay, with the 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands in reverse. There's been blockages for you getting on this like dharmic path here. This dharmic path, the Wheel of Fortune, you spinning the wheel as this High Priestess, really understanding a lot of your spiritual gifts. There's some past life gifts that are going to be coming in. There's talents as a High Priestess. There's gifts of communication. There's opening in psychic portals. where you're going to see yourself in a past life as a high priestess. It's going to solidify something in you, like understanding that your energy has been doing this over and over and over again. Whether you believe in past lives or not, that is subjective, but it does not affect this message in the sense of like your energy has been traveling through time for a long, long time with these. I'm feeling the gift of resurgence. I'm feeling the gift of resurgence in your energy. Okay, tell me more about this. What does this have to do with, and man, just being able to talk to spirits? I feel like there's going to be some kind of surge of this. Tell me more about this divine. What does this have to do with this divine masculine energy? There's going to be a mentor. There's going to be a teacher that's going to come in, that's going to be in divine masculine energy, showing up as a 10 of Wands in the reverse, okay? And a relationship that's not burdensome here. At first, you might feel like you need to, yeah, they're coming in as a teacher. They're coming in as a teacher. They're coming in as a teacher, but it might throw you off in the energy. You might not feel that way at first. Why? This person is an emperor. You're going to have your guard up against them a little bit. Why though? I mean, besides the fact that, you know, we just have to have our guard up sometimes around people that we've never met before or don't know. But there's going to be some kind of past life recognition here because the emperor is looking right at the high priestess, and it's going to make you uncomfortable when you first meet this person. You're going to be like, something's not, I don't like the way that I'm feeling right now. Like, not that the feelings are going to be bad. I think actually the feelings might be good. They might be overwhelming. And so the instant reaction is going to be to put your guard up against this person. But this person isn't like quote unquote divine masculine energy, just meaning they're legit. And on top of that, this person is also very tapped in, okay? Tell me more about this emperor energy. This person is very tapped in. They're going to help you something about them having a deep understanding of Hermetic law. Somebody you're going to meet out in the community. This is going to be some kind of new start. I'm not seeing anything like lovers, Two of Cups. I don't believe that this person I don't see this as like a intimate partner relationship. This feels like a mentor. This feels like a mentor. Tell me more about the guides. What's with these guides? What messages are from the guides here? This feels really cool though. This feels like a very like, oh wow, there's lots of aces. There's lots about new beginnings around here. You have 3 aces on the table right now. This is going to put you in a whole new season and put you on fire and passion for this high priestess energy that you harness. Tell me more about these guides. The Chariot. You have lots of spirit messengers around you right now. Spirit messengers in the energy. What are these spirit messages in the energy? Oh, there's a 4 of Wands here. This may be, there's some kind of union with an emperor coming in. This is not someone you have to have your guard up. They're showing me that again with the 4 of Pentacles. You're going to meet this person in the community. You're going to meet this person somewhere out in public. And there's going to be something is going to make it feel uncomfortable in the energy, like you need to have your guard up with this person. And please always trust your discernment. Please always trust your instincts. The feeling that I'm getting is you're going to feel like you need to put your guard up with them because there's going to be this like recognition. There's going to be like some kind of past life recognition. But this person is actually someone who's going to be, you're somehow going to be able to mentor each other on energy work, on some kind of gifts of speaking with energies in the beyond. You're going to be able to give each other a higher perspective. And now there's the 2 of Cups. There's a soul recognition here. There's a soul recognition. Also remember that an emperor is not, there's no gender in tarot, okay? An emperor doesn't necessarily mean that it's a male. It just means that it's someone who embodies the energy of all four kings, and this is definitely some kind of past life. There's so much of past life here with the Wheel of Fortune. This is someone in your community, someone in your local community. So this is foresight that they are coming in. And also, too, I think you're going to start getting visions, including in your dreams, of where this high priestess energy comes from. Maybe other lifetimes, other timelines that you have practiced this stuff. I feel like you're going to actually see yourself in visions and dreams, like practicing different things, seeing your energy travel through time. How interesting. That's very cool. Okay. There we are. Woo! Well, as always, I learned so much from you all, and I enjoy the heck out of hanging out with you. Monday, there'll be a reading up Monday. I am going to record that this afternoon and put a reading up, okay? Who's telling you to quit reading between the lines? That sounds like some gaslighting. We don't play that around here, okay? All right, I'm going to take some time right now. I am going to timestamp your readings. Jennifer, I will send you a message to figure out if you're available now to finish that reading or when to finish it. I love you so much, all of you, my spooky boos. It's been so wonderful hanging out with you. I'm going to record today and put a reading up for you tomorrow. So see you soon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for spending the time with me and helping support this channel by getting these little mini reads. So I'll see y'all soon. Have a good evening.